Here's how it played out tonight, Game 5. Dwayne Wade after his best game of the postseason. LeBron James fresh off a career night in terms of scoring in the finals. Surprise! Manu Ginobili in the starting lineup for the Spurs, and Manu facilitating, finding Tim Duncan for a little floater. Who on this team doesn't have a floater?
they got those guards got the best floaters in the game,
But
though.
Duncan's got a floater. I've seen Splitter trap floater.
Well, I don't think you call that thing splitter thing a floater.
I say it always works.
No,
it has one.
It's more like a float.
LeBron James knocks down a three. We're tied at 17 early on. What'd you think of Tony Parker? All eyes on that hamstring.
You know, Go ahead, Steve.
I like that he wasn't having a lot of pick and rolls. He saw one-on-one coverage, did an excellent job. Gary Neal misses this basketball, but watch Boris Diaw.
Boris Diaw played well. Boris Diaw played very well.
Part of a 12-0 Spurs run. Greg Popovich, what you got?
This game is a big boy game. Physicality, toughness with the ball, bodies on lockout. Don't stop the pace, no matter what you do. And transition D is equally important. Love it. You know what you got to do.
Let's go.
I love that guy, man.
And here they go. Spurs swinging around Danny Green, who knocks down the three.
Here comes that pace.
Kawhi Leonard, coast to coast.
Good no call, too.
Here they're swinging around to Danny Green.
And that's beautiful basketball.
First of all, why would you run at Boris Diaw instead of Danny Green?
Yeah, Green found himself surprisingly open a couple of times. For a guy who's knocked down 25
That was moving
threes.
without basketball.
Yeah.
That was also a function of Manu being Manu and the defense being forced to pay attention to him.
And then right over Ray Allen, whose NBA Finals record he buried tonight. He had 13 at the half. Here comes Miami. Allen, the three and one.
Those were two bad plays tonight. Oh,
And that's just tough.
that's just no hope on that one.
14-2 Heat run. James had 16 at the half. Yeah, you got no chance if he's
And that goes
3
another
feet from the rim.
you don't foul a three-point shooter.
Ginobili fouled by Shane Battier, and he would knock down all 3 free throws. Spurs up by 10. Dwayne Wade, he played well.
He sure did. I thought the big three in general played well. They needed to get something from the rest
They
of the guys.
just didn't play as well as the Spurs' big three.
This is true.
3.8 seconds left. Plenty of time to get Tony Parker to the rim. He had 11 at the half. 9-point lead for the Spurs. Third quarter, Ginobili on the steal. On the other end, Danny Green for a you-know-what.
Oh, this is a step into it. Heat check. Great sequence by the Spurs, a steal. And then Manu finding Danny Green. This is no hesitation.
And this one, you know you're on fire, Matt.
Yes, indeed.
And that's the one that set the record, separated himself from Allen's finals record. And again, we still have a game at least to go. I don't know if Ray knew it at that point, but he didn't like it either way.
He knew it.
Parker,
Great defense.
after the Green block in transition. You talked about his defense on LeBron. He's been especially good in transition.
He has.
Coming at him.
You know, he would say, according to his luck, or he's guessing correctly. I don't know. I think that's just
a great play
getting
right
back in
there.
transition.
Could also be a product of playing against him in practice when they were teammates in Cleveland. Could
Didn't
have
hurt.
something to do with it.
Sure didn't hurt.
Wade knocks down the jumper here. Off the ball.
Interesting call.
Ginobili's called for a foul on Shane Battier.
That was a brutal call. That was a terrible call right there.
We didn't see the replay, but
Now,
they
this
were,
is deep.
they were
That's
fighting.
when you,
That's unreal.
come on, man. That's crazy right
I think
there.
that's when
I jumped out of my chair.
yeah, you stood up and said, I've never seen this before.
Not this
Ginobili, vintage.
Ginobili!
That was beautiful.
Hey,
Manu Ginobili, what a night. 8 of 14 from the field for his 24 points. Then he finds Thiago's splitter. 12-1 Spurs run. They're not done. Spanning the third and fourth quarters, they go on a 21-2 run to put this game away. They had a 20-point lead.
This is Ginobili right here.
Right.
He don't care who's guarding him. He's being aggressive.
That's LeBron James.
You did not. He didn't care that was LeBron James. That's what he did. He didn't do that last game. He would have passed that ball.
Highest scoring game of the season for
That's
Ginobili.
amazing.
It
That's
is, isn't
amazing.
it?
It is.
Parker all the way into the paint. Another
Now
floater.
that's a teardrop. The old guys are back.
They are back.
They are. This was definitely flashback Sunday.
Boom, press.
LeBron couldn't
Pressure.
finish there, and
Look at this.
look who's drifting for
ball just
another
bounces to the
three.
three-point line.
Yeah. You know what's so funny about that play? He had missed his last 2 threes. He had missed his last 2 threes and going into that last one right there.
He had 24. Ginobili had 24 in his first 2010 game of the season.
Wow.
Parker had 26. The Spurs shot 60% and completed their home schedule in the playoffs 8-2. Game 5 winners in 2-2 series go on to win the championship 20 times in 27 series so far. Miami's now 5-6 in their last 11. Here's Eric Spoelstra at the podium.
Questions?
First one in the back.
Eric, can you try to explain another start the way you started after a victory, and then again when you get it back to 1, it almost was the same exact thing?
Yeah, I mean, once we got it back to 1 and we felt that we had weathered the storm, then we missed a couple shots that we normally are accustomed to making, and it just went a snowball down the hill from there, and we couldn't control it. I think it was a 19-1 run after that point, and so we just didn't show the mental resolve that we needed to at that point.
Tim.
Eric, almost following up on that. End of the first was bad. End of the third was bad. It's been a trend at times in the playoffs. Is it something that you can put your finger on, or?
Yeah, we're going to have to look at it, and we're going to have to answer that question. There's no doubt about it. But we had weathered the storms, and again, when we got it to 1, we thought we were in a decent position on the road, but it snowballed. After we missed a couple layups, a couple fast breaks, then it turned into 5-point swing right away, missed layup, 3 going the other way, that type of thing, and we just couldn't recover from there.